And hello, welcome to Adafruit's Show and Tell. I'm Noah Ruiz, designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
My brother Pedro Ruiz, and this is Adafruit Show and Tell. This is the best place to come and show off your awesome DIY maker projects. Doesn't have to be makery. It could be like craftsy or artsy, or of course 3D printing, electronics, PCBs, and of course a tour of your workspace is always in here. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes, go through the audience. We're gonna start off with some of the Adafruit peeps.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start off with who you picking?
I'm picking this one.
John.
You, John. I'm getting you. Well, actually, he's ready. He's giving me the thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. All right. Ready for John. Here we go.
Hey guys. All right. I just had a quick restart of the browser that decided to stop sharing screens, and I think we're good to go. So I just wanted to show kind of a cool little trick and how it relates to a project I'm working on. So this is something you may have played with before. People may have played with in school in a physics class or something similar. And you've probably also run into this if you've been wearing sunglasses and tilted your head in a car or looking at a...
Oh, sorry, John. I hit the space bar. Are you kidding?
So I've got a couple of pieces of polarizer film. This one's actually a diffusing one, so it's kind of murky. But you can tell if I turn one perpendicular to the other, we're blocking light. Right now, we're blocking light in only one direction. Now we're kind of blocking it in all directions. And so this is something we use in photography a lot, something we use to make a lot of our devices work. It also, as I found out recently, was the trick behind these LCARS panels that were used in Star Trek Next Generation and some other shows before they went either fully CG replacement or on-set animation with digital methods, even CRTs at some points. And so here what I have is a little light panel. It's going to be real bright. Little photography or video light panel. And if I take a piece of polarizing film and put it in front of it, you can see it really does a terrific job of blocking a ton of the light once it hits close to maybe 80 degrees, 90 degrees, 110, and then we're back to see-through. And this works in kind of both directions here. So what I have here is this LCARS panel from the Star Trek shows, and it is essentially a vinyl print that's backlit and stuck to some acrylic. And I've been looking at different ways to illuminate this. One thing I've done is added some blockers here that I laser cut so I can sort of separate what light's going through it. And I'm working on some methods of using matrix panels to animate these. But the trick that was used in the originals was they built a big light box that kind of threw a bunch of light behind it on the set. And then they taped pieces of polarizing film. You can see this one has one piece, this one has another, and I've got them in opposite orientations from one another. So you'll see I've got a couple of these indicators that are either showing up or are not. And as I rotate my light source, which has that film stuck to it, you'll see that top one disappear. So that one that says LCARS on it, it's visible. And then as I turn the panel, it's gone. And same with the bottom there, that I think it's that VIBER. I don't know what that stands for. But that one comes on and goes off just based on the polarizing filter. You'll see some other stuff happening over here just because I'm literally getting light blocked. But those are just from the polarizer. And this is a really cool trick. People have found interesting ways to use this in different effects. You'll see this sometimes in escape rooms where you'll earn some pair of glasses and suddenly you can see a monitor. And that's because someone's taken a standard monitor and just ripped the polarizing filter off the front. And so you can't see it until you put your own polarizers on. So probably not how I'll do this one in the end because it requires quite a bit of depth and a motor to spin. What they did in the Star Trek stuff was they cut a piece of polarizing film, a linear polarizer, they cut it into a circle, put it on a motor essentially that was spinning, and then depending on those other pieces of film they stuck around the interface, you'd get what looks kind of like blinking or things kind of beaming on and off a little bit in sections based on that film. So that is my little show and tell for the day.
Cool. Super cool. Great use of a polarizer. We use them on our lenses, right, when we're trying to block out light. So it's cool because you do have to turn it in order to kind of block some glare from
So when we have a light shining down on a product, the tables are almost always shiny. So that's one of the ways that you get rid of it. Or
Yeah.
like with a monitor,
Oh,
like so you don't have to like adjust the brightness or change like in the code, make it dimmer, the polarizer by adjusting it. You can just adjust it manually. In camera trick,
photography. And I think those are usually a circular polarizer, if I'm not mistaken. So you can rotate them, and it's not quite as abrupt as these linear ones because they have sort of a secondary film in them. So you get these sort of more subtle changes, and you turn yours until you like what it looks like, basically, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Super cool. Yeah. Interesting way to use this effect. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then I think you're off tomorrow for your show?
Yeah, no, I'll be having the workshop show tomorrow. I'll be out next Tuesday, so no product pick next Tuesday, but I will be doing workshop show. So, so I'll see you tomorrow, where I'll be working with some more of this stuff and maybe some other fun things to come. So stop on.
All
Thanks
right.
so much, John.
Thanks, JP.
Thanks,
guys.
Tomorrow. Bye. Boop boop. Okay. Next up, we're gonna check in with Liz.
Oh, I wanted to introduce her as our co-worker now, Liz.
Hi. Hello.
Hey, Liz.
Hey guys. So this week I did a handheld synth controller for a peer data patch, and I think you should be able to. Can you hear that?
There we go. Yes, I can hear.
Cool. So when I turn this, it's affecting the filters on the synth, and then when I touch on different parts on the touch screen, it'll change the notes. I just have it as a 2-octave C7 chord, so it'll always sound good. But the way that this is working is it's a QTY Py ESP32S2, and it's connecting to my laptop's IP address, and then there's a socket connection between the board and my computer, and the pure data script can read data coming in from the ESP32. So definitely a lot of really cool stuff you can do with that. Kind of similar to the video synth I did last week, where there was a socket connection for the Python script and the processing script. So sockets definitely have a lot of options for folks to connect things that you may not think can talk to each other.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I haven't noticed any latency too. So like for live performances, I can see this being really cool to not have like all these wires on you.
Exactly.
So that's a cool.
Yeah,
cool
yeah,
feature.
it's really snappy. So.
Sweet.
Yeah. And Learn Guide just got published, so everybody can check that out. Get the files and of course all the code. So cool.
Yes.
Sweet.
Thanks so
All
much,
right.
Liz.
More musical awesomeness.
Yay.
Yes.
All right. We'll check in with you next week.
All right. Sounds good. Have a good one.
All right. You too. Bye.
All right. Let's check in with Jeff.
Jeff. Give Jeff a moment. Oh, here we go.
Squares are moving around.
Yeah, squares.
All right. Yeah, so I'm in with a 3D printing project tonight. I always find I need to hold my PCBs in different ways. And so this is a design that I put together. It has little feet on the bottom. It prints standing up like this. So it prints without support material. The problem with the design is this little bit here that kind of clamps or holds the board once you slide it in, the little tab. It is really prone to breaking off. So I broke this one far enough before the show that I could print out a fresh one. But when you pull on that tab to try and take the board in and out, it tends to break. But yeah, there's a FreeCAD file. I'll post the link to the Thingiverse item that you can modify according to your board's dimensions. You need the depth with the protrusions from the bottom, and then the X and the Y of the PCB. And you can print it with or without feet. And it's just a little PCB carrier.
So, what was the PCB?
Yeah, I might have missed what the PCB.
Oh, I did not explain what the PCB was. It's got, this is for an unstarted project. It's got a feather, a level shifter, and then a mystery 20-pin connector. But that project is one that I'm doing for myself, and I just haven't been able to get started on it yet. So it's a secret.
Awesome. Cool. Oh, can't wait to hear about it.
Cool. It might happen. It might not. That's the reason it's secret.
I'll stay optimistic and wait for it.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, cool.
All right.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too. Bye. Okay. Next up, we're going to check in with Mattthemaker. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Hey, you just had that guide published.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it just came out yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you some of the UI and some of the performance. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit the launcher button. and we're going to load Cody, which you'll see takes a little bit, but doesn't take that long. And then you're good to go. And then next one, I'm going to show you RetroPie. Hold on. There we go. The Cody exits a little slowly compared to some of the other things.
Launcher starting.
So now we're going to load RetroPie. And you'll see it loads pretty quick, and you can load games. Like I installed all the ROMs I could get for SNES and NES, and I've been playing it quite a bit. It's a lot of fun. One of the problems is when you load the game, there's a black border around it on the screen, and the viewfind display has display modes, and if you change the display mode, you can actually make that game go full screen. This is my UI. I have a something called rainbow mode. So you give each command a color, and when you put rainbow mode on, it will cycle through them and help you identify, because sometimes the text might be a little bit hard to read. So if you have like a color associated with the command, you can recognize it more easily. And then I've set up live streaming. I have 4 live streaming options, including one is my my own server. So in a few seconds, it'll be live on Mattthemaker.org.
Excellent. Nice work. That was really cool.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the stuff that is in the guide as well. So,
Yay.
yeah. How cool.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. All right,
Yeah,
Matt.
very cool.
We'll catch you next time.
Yeah, please come back for more.
Yeah.
Bye. Thanks, Matt.
Oh, I will. Thanks.
Sweet. All right. And we're going to check in next with
Danon.
Danon.
Hey.
Hello, Danon.
It's been a while. How you doing?
How you guys doing?
We're doing
just fine. So now I think I talked about before about how I was doing the open source power chair and all that fun stuff. And I've been tinkering and collecting parts and all this fun stuff. And it's the first time I've gotten to play with 2020 extrusion. This stuff is fun. It's fun. I can do a lot with it. But I wanted to give a holler out for anybody. I had posted on the jobs board looking for a programmer because I need to bring this bad boy to functionality. So I figured I'd give a holler. I'm getting parts together. My brain just doesn't do programming well, so need a hand. Anybody out there?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for sharing that. Jobs.adafruit.com is where folks can find that. I'll drop a link in the Discord. If you haven't already, also check out the Discord.
Yeah. We'll make sure to promote it on the show. Yeah, sorry, you're cutting in and out and like there's feedback. But yeah, awesome. Yeah, we'll make sure to get the word
out. My equipment's old. It's like I tried using my PC and then the internet went out on that. So I'm using my phone.
I love Fletches. They're the best.
I know, right?
It's so
like adds to the show.
It does. Cool. Well, thank you everybody so much for sharing your projects with us. Great projects, everybody.
But don't go anywhere. We got Ask an Engineer coming up in like 10 minutes. So stay where you are.
Go walk to the dog.
And we'll see you guys
the cat
next week.
Do the things. Bye, everybody. Good luck with all your maker endeavors. Until next time, make a great day.
Make a great day.
Bye, folks.
Bye, folks.